This is Stiltzkin Coop 084, also known as the Dad in the Cat and Fam Gamer TV combo. So our first video was me and my daughter playing on survival mode. I'm going to show you dads how to actually create a survival mode, and this little mini-series here assumes that you are not a pro. It assumes that you've heard of Minecraft and you've seen your kids play it a couple times and really nothing else. You're starting from zero knowledge. So with that in mind, if you want to learn, let's get into it. I've got my world name down, survival mode, difficulty is easy. Let's go into more options. I wanted to show you a trick right here. Click on the bonus chest. That'll give you something to start with instead of not having anything. If you check this whole privileges box, you'll get extra abilities where you can fly, disable exhaustion, make yourself invisible from the in-game menu, but it does disable trophies and leaderboard updates, so I never really check that box because I always want to be open for trophies to pop if I do something cool. An immediate respawn you can check too. It just means that, as soon as you die, you'll get back in, revive back in. Well, let's create this world here that I've started. We have one in-game day in order to get all the materials that we need before nightfall. We generally have to create a shelter. We generally have to create a couple of tools and a bunch of torches because at nightfall is when the monsters come out. So, ooh, that's lucky right there. We have sugar cane right off the bat. That's going to be huge. Okay, so what we want to do is look for our treasure box. Remember I told you to click that box, and here's what that means. It gives you this chest. Got a bunch of sticks, some trees, bread, a bunch of seeds, logs. We got a wooden axe. So that's very good because we can immediately use that wooden axe to go ahead and start chopping things down. So the first thing I want to do is get my empty map out and use it. You want to use your empty map at your spawn point because I don't know, when I always in the past have not used my map directly on the spawn, I'll spend the rest of the game wondering where my spawn actually was and not being able to go back and find it. So I'm gonna harvest this sugar cane, and this is a very lucky find. It doesn't usually happen this way, but I'm gonna replant some. Actually, I'm gonna dig up this sand here. Because the thing about sugarcane is it only grows in sandy areas. So we can go over here where it looks like there's sand already, and it will grow only when the sand is next to water. So that's another thing. Let's get out my sand. And then we'll do that. Good. Maybe not. It looks like that tree is in the way. We'll go here. All right. Now, let's plant. Actually, you know what? This is a nice wide open spot where there's no tree cover at all. Let's just plant our sugar cane right here. Okay. So we'll let this stuff grow. Unfortunately, when you have a plot of land that's diagonal like this, the sugarcane won't grow there. It has to share a straight side with whatever, with what the water that you're trying to grow the sugarcane in. So alright, that looks like it works. Get a couple more of these. Wonderful. Okay, so what happened there was that I dug out the block that was under the sand. Oh shoot, I just dropped my map. Oh Lord. Okay, got my map back. Wow, that was a colossal mess up. See, dads, I'm not always awesome. Don't think that just because I'm sitting here teaching you guys how to do this that I'm the pro or whatever. The real pro is the kid down the street making his video. He is probably laughing at my video right now. So let's see. I'm actually going to want to plug some of these holes here. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay, so the first thing you should do is look for cows and sheep. You want to kill 3 sheep on your first day. And the reason is because you want 3 wool. You want the 3 wool. Oh, that one's dead for me. There must have been a there's a wolf over there. Okay, so I have 3 wool, and that's good because I'm going to need a bed. Having a bed is the only way to basically save your location in the world. When it gets dark, you go to bed, and monsters can't get you, assuming you've built a good shelter. So the day fast forwards to the next morning, and you skip all of the nighttime stuff. This gives monsters less time to actually spawn around your shelter that you've built. It doesn't mean that they won't spawn. It just means that they'll have a severely limited window in which to spawn. So you'll get fewer enemies this way. So we've got a bed. The next thing we're getting is wood. And after that, what we'll be wanting to do is normally to take our wooden tools out to a mountain or something and mine some cobblestone. But we've already spent a good amount of time in this day, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the building of shelter. So the way we're going to do that is these oak logs that we've built, we can press square. We can build some planks by pressing the X button, and then we'll build a crafting table. So I'll plop that crafting table right down here, and now we have a whole list of things we could build. Notice if I just press square again to the things that are craftable without a crafting table, there's a lot less options. So when you go up to a crafting table and you hit the L2 button with the right trigger, or left trigger, then you get all these other options for things you can build. So we're going to start making a whole bunch of planks because we need our shelter to be survivable. And when you're building a shelter, what you want to do is create a space that is big enough for all the things you're going to want to hold inside of it. Now, you're going to want to go into your crafting table and make a bed so you can lay that down. And you see, oh, that takes 2 squares. So then I'm going to make a couple of chests. Now I already have one because I made the bonus chest box and I destroyed that and added that to my inventory. And the reason why you want 2 chests is because now you can lay them side by side and it becomes a bigger one. Awesome. So we put our oak saplings in there, we'll put our pumpkin seeds, put our melon seeds, and our jungle tree sapling. Bread we can eat right away. Let's see, jungle log we'll put in here too. Everything else is stuff we can actually use, so we'll keep that out. Okay, so let's make a wooden pickaxe. Once you have a wooden axe and a wooden pickaxe, you really don't need anything else. We're going to make more planks. Okay, so our planks here are going to have to be pretty tall. You want your shelter to be at least 3 blocks tall above your bed, because it takes 2 blocks for you to stand. So if your ceiling is exactly 2 blocks over your bed, then you won't have enough room, and when you stand up out of, from waking up, you'll be suffocating in your own ceiling. So, like that would be too low. So we don't want that there. Now, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that spawn rates are low when you first get into a world, and I'm going to hope that I wake up with no monsters right in front of me. Okay, and that was a success. Okay, good. So, next thing I want to do is, I guess, kind of reposition my crafting table here. I'm going to set that right next to my bed, like a little end table. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make a door to walk through. Start farming some of my sugarcane. This will come into play when we start making maps. You need sugarcane for making paper, and you need paper to make maps. So you also need a bunch of other things which Minecraft assumes that you need to make a map, which aren't really the case in real life. Minecraft assumes that you need to make a compass in order to make a map. So not only do you need sugarcane for paper, but you also are going to need to mine some iron and some redstone to make a compass. Okay, so we are halfway through the shelter, pretty much. I'm going to make a whole bunch of planks now. Okay, so the first thing I recommend is making sure that your door is 1 block high, because certain monsters, like zombies, are too to be able to have that intelligence edge over the monsters that might be chasing you. And the way to maintain that is by making doors at least one tile high so that you can jump, hit it, jump in, and get in through there. So, we're going to put, that's enough space for a door there. Oh, blast. I don't have enough wood for this tree, so I guess I'm just going to jump over here. Now you notice I've expended my entire wooden axe at this point. That is a shame because I don't want to use any more wood to build an axe because I'm using all the wood for my shelter right now. I want to have my shelter done for sure before the next nightfall because the first day is really forgiving and basically all the days get less forgiving after that. The longer time that you're in one area, that'll be, more chance for monsters to spawn in that area with you. So, we're going to make a bunch of planks. Again, hopefully, if this is too much, wouldn't that be a great problem to have, having too much wooden planks? Okay, so gonna close off the ceiling now. And it's good that we checked the box for the bonus chest because now we have had 3 torches up here with our bonus chest. And now all that's left to do is hang those torches in our little fort here. And then let's see, now we need to make a door, but we only have 5 planks. So we will need still more wood. So let's cut down another tree. So it was really fortunate that I was able to find 3 sheep on the first day, get my bed built, because I've been stuck in that situation where I haven't found my sheep and I'm locked in a shelter and I'm just sitting inside hearing the groaning of zombies and skeletons outside, not being able to really do anything about them, or else, risk going out there and getting killed while trying to kill them too. With the tools that we'll be making, it'll become a lot easier to actually, arm yourself with weapons that would be suitable for combat. But, so this is it. We have our shelter. It's not the greatest, and it doesn't have to be. Your first day shelter is exactly that. It's just a place to keep yourself safe from monsters, and, make sure you don't die, because this is survival. That's the name of the game, not dying. So now that we have all that stuff out of the way, I have a bunch of food that I can eat, and I'm gonna build another crafting table. The reason I'm building another crafting table is because I want to have stuff by me that I'm gonna need in case, let's say I get trapped up in a mountain, because that's where I'm going next. I'm going to take my wooden pickaxe to the mountains and get some stone. You can only really do so much with wooden tools. So when you're done with the wooden age, you go find a mountain with a lot of exposed cobblestone. And the other advantage of being in a mountain, I have found, is that it's relatively remote from any other area. So let's say if you do get trapped up there in the dark and their monsters are spawning or whatever, or if you're able to bring a bed with you like I have, oh, those are picker bushes. But gotta watch out for those picker bushes. They're deadly if you don't move away fast enough. But anyhow, you know, when you sleep and you wake up, or if you don't have a bed and the monsters are spawning outside, then either way, you're up really high. So it's good to have the high ground in a combat scenario. Monsters have to come up to you. They don't just fall down effortlessly on top of your face. So what I'm doing right now is I'm burrowing into the side of the mountain to get all this stone here. This will turn into cobblestone. And as a matter of fact, I am prepared to waste this entire wooden pickaxe on the collection of stone here right now. Because once you have stone pickaxes, that wooden pickaxe is just going to sit there in your inventory and you're never going to use it anymore. And then you'll just be finding excuses to use it to get it out of there, so you can free up more spots in your inventory. So I'm going to go ahead, use it all up right now, because wooden tools suck. Wooden tools are the first step in our master plan. By the way, we're in an area where it's getting dark, so it can get dark from the sun going down in game, or it can get dark just from you tunneling under stuff. You always want to have a torch lit so that monsters don't spawn. They only spawn in the darkness, and torches will light the way for about 4 or 5 squares, I think. And so if you're noticing that this burrowing I'm doing is actually sort of creating enough space for us to just have another makeshift shelter right here. So what I can do is use some of this cobblestone that I've gotten now, and I can build a little roof for my space. Then I have a bed, which is good to have. And I can use my crafting table over here. And now I'm going to change my sticks and my stones into a stone pickaxe. And then we'll get a stone axe, and then we'll get a stone shovel. And do we have enough? We do have enough for another stone pickaxe, so that's great. Alright, and it's dark out, so let's go to bed. Alright, I'm going to eat some goodies that I got from the bonus box. And then let's get to work on some more of this cobblestone. So let's see if anything has appeared down below. Doesn't look like it. I haven't checked my map in a while. So I'm there. So I'm really not, I haven't traveled very far away from where I started. Let's get more of this stone. Then we're probably going to have to go get more wood. So dads, make a deal with your kids when you play with them that anytime you play together, you will never play the same mode twice. There's versus mode, which is really fun. There's survival mode, which is where you start with basically nothing, and you have to harvest all your ingredients to, use recipes to make things happen. And then, there's creative mode, where basically you get everything done for you. There's like a little menu that you can access where you have just immediate access to all the resources. People like that a lot, but then again, you don't get trophies on creative mode, and it's not as satisfying as when you know that you have ground for the resources and built everything yourself. On creative mode, you're just kind of decorating with no strategy, and you don't have a real good idea coming out of it, the types of materials that were needed to create the types of works that you did on creative mode. So I'm going to jump off this tree here, and I'm going to make careful to land in the water, because if I land on the ground, I take falling damage or something like that. So let's see. Good thing is we're surrounded by a whole lot of trees. So notice that the stone axe is cutting a lot faster. It's going to be a lot more durable. So we've made it from the wooden age up to the stone age, and now the next age that we have to get to is the iron age. The reason why is because of all the games called Minecraft, and when you're mining, there are certain ores that have like resources that are contained within them. So iron ore is an ore that you can mine with a stone pickaxe. There will be coal ore, which we could also mine with a stone pickaxe. Those are the only ones that you can actually do that with. The more valuable ones are sapphire, emerald, diamond, and gold. And so none of those can be mined without an iron pickaxe. So if you're just trying to get good enough at Minecraft to be able to play with your kids, and if you take away nothing else from this video, get your iron as soon as possible. And the way to do that is just by getting to stone as quick as you can, so that you can get down into the mines and start digging. Let's see, I'm going to make more planks. I'm going to need more sticks. I also need to organize my inventory. I find that I work a lot better when my inventory is organized. Might sound weird to you guys. That's okay. That's the way I do it. Get rid of this. That. Good. So I'm going to make more sticks. And then you can only have 40 or 64 of an item in your inventory at one time. So I'm going to stop at 61 and 63 just because. I don't want the resource to spill over into another section in my inventory and take up more of my inventory space when there's only one of one item in there. So the next thing I think we need to find is coal. And the reason we need to find coal, here's a cow. Oh, I don't even have a sword made yet. You could also make, at this point, you can make a stone sword. It's going to come in really handy. So over here, that's the stone sword. Okay, there's this. I haven't really made a hoe, you'll find, because a hoe is just used for farming, and farming is not necessary to survive in survival mode. There's absolutely no reason. It's more of like a creative mode thing. It's like when, you know, your kids want to play and simulate real life. But this is a video game, and we kill to survive. So let's see. I'm scanning the mountainside to see if in any of this stone structure jutting out, if I can find samples of coal just lying out at face value. That tends to happen quite a bit. Not all the time, but again, stay clear of those picker bushes. They will hurt. It doesn't look like I'm finding any exposed coal. Normally you can walk, well, here's picker bushes. Crap. Normally you can walk for any length of time in one direction, and you'll normally just run across some coal just sitting out at face value. Oh, see, look right there. Okay, so we found coal. Get my pickaxe out. And hopefully when you find one, you'll find a whole bunch. Like, see, there's a big deposit behind here, so we're good. We're in business now. The little coal items are dropping out of these blocks, and also experience is coming out in small amounts. So I'm leveling up just from digging. I haven't even killed any monsters yet. Just farm animals, just cows and sheep. By the way, I want to tell you, if you run across some pigs, don't kill the pigs. You can kill the pigs for more meat, but you'll get enough meat from killing the sheep and the cows, and you won't really need the meat from the pig. The reason I like to leave the pigs around is not because, oh look, they're so cute. It's because ultimately you're going to have hungry wolves roaming around in your world, and you want something for them to be able to eat on, so that less of your cows and sheep die to wolf-related accidents. So I would say leave the pigs and the chickens alone. Leaving the chickens alone is important, first of all, because you don't even want to eat the raw meat of the chicken. Every time I've eaten chicken meat, there's a very high likelihood that it'll be poison meat, and I wind up, you know, taking sustained damage over a number of rounds, and it's like, I just learned not to eat chicken meat unless it's cooked. And when you can eat cow meat and sheep meat raw, it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense to spend all that time cooking a meat, you know, that needs to be cooked before you can eat it. So I'm using my sticks here and the coal that we just found to make more torches. I'm not going to be shy about it. I'm going to make as many torches as I possibly can. I want these bad boys front and center in my inventory. Torches are near and dear to my life, and they will be to yours for as long as you play Minecraft. I think it was dark outside, so I'm going to bed here. So what we're gonna do get rid of this. Alright, now, what we have done is we have created and furnished a house with a couple of torches inside to light the way and a door to make sure that monsters don't come in and monsters don't spawn inside of our little hut. So what we need to do is work on creating a mobile house inventory. So we're going to want an extra bed, we're going to want an extra crafting table, which I already have, and we're going to want an extra set of chests. So I'm going to build that. And it's good to have a duplicate of everything, because you never know when it's going to turn dark out and you're going to be stranded on a ledge somewhere real high up or real down low in a mine, and you know you're going to have to build a shelter that's defensible, and the last thing you want to do is be putting up walls and then realize, oh wait, I don't have the necessary materials here to even furnish the new house that I've built. So, you always want to have the house innards with you at all times. There goes the sheep. Come here, sheepy. Later in the game, when we start collecting iron, we'll be able to start building a tool called shears, and that will allow you to shear the wool off of a sheep without killing it. It's not really super important for the white sheep, if you don't mind being a little racist here. They're plentiful. It's like white sheep are all around, so you literally never ever run out of them. But sometimes there's some gray sheep, and sometimes there's brown sheep and pink sheep, and those are statistically less common. So if you want to be able to build, like, say, a pink bed or a brown bed or a black bed, or there's two different types of gray, there's dark gray and light gray, you'll want 3 wools of the same exact color. So sometimes that means that you only have the one sheep that is that color, and you want to just shear the wool off of it without, you know, having to kill it and wait for another one to respawn. Okay, so I believe this will be the last wool that I need in order to make another bed. And if I have 2 chest pieces to build a big chest with, and then I have a bed in my inventory, and if I have a crafting table and a bunch of torches, and there's really nowhere that I can't go to find, you know, more coal and more other resources that I may need. So I'm gonna put these sugar canes away, because as soon as we start mining ore big time, we're gonna want those. We're gonna want to be able to use all those sugar canes to make paper. Now, did you hear that? There's a monster somewhere, and I do not know. Oh, there's a zombie right there. That's where it is. Okay, so let's see. I'll get down there and I'll kill him. You always want to build yourself a way out before you get too far into dangerous territory. You always want to have your torches out. Here, come here, big boy. Come on. There we go. You get a rotten flesh for killing a zombie. How sweet. Okay, let's see where this cavern goes. This is why you want 64 torches with you. At all times, preferably. Oh, there's another one down here. I'm gonna cover that over. And we're gonna keep going down here because I don't like to leave loose ends. I want to explore one path until it's done. Let's see. Cover that up. So I'm good to go here as far as that. There's another one over there, but I'm kind of curious as what's down here because when you're looking for special ores, there's a sea level in Minecraft, and that is signified by the Y coordinate. If you notice, as I'm moving around, the X and the Z are both moving with my movements, but because I'm standing on the same level ground, the 62 is remaining the same. So the sea level that you want to be at in Minecraft to be able to get like really cool ores and stuff is going to be at 32 or below. Nothing really exciting is found north of that, except for maybe if you're in a mountainous terrain and hey look, here's some iron. Crap, there's two directions to go in. I'm gonna have to check both of them. Okay, so this one's good, this one's tight. Now let's go in this direction because I don't want no surprise scaries like that right there. Oh, I died almost. I got hurt pretty bad anyway. So, good thing I have a lot of food. And when you eat food, you're filling up that bar on the right. That's your hunger bar. And then the bar on the left is your health bar. That'll fill up. As that fills up, your hunger bar will deplete again. So you can really only heal as much as, you know, you're eating consistently. So I'm going to take this iron ore right here. We're going to take this and get out. And I'm actually going to dig around a little bit in this area to make sure that there's no more iron ore lingering close by, because sometimes it exists in a vein. Nope, doesn't look like there's anything in there. So I'm gonna try to jump back up to where I came from then. Maybe I should try to look. Oh, wow, there it is. We've got a lot of iron down there. We just hit the mother lode, so I'm gonna go ahead and mine this iron. Okay, so that doesn't lead anywhere. So I think we're actually cool to leave now because we've gotten a good amount of supplies. Let's see if we can get back home before it turns dark. Oh, of course we can, because we're right here. I didn't venture off anywhere. I just went right down in the nearest cave. That's a strategy too. If you want to go down in the nearest cave, the computer AI seems to be sort of dedicated to giving you really good luck close to your spawn point as far as finding some materials and stuff. It's not always true. You may find that you have bad luck. That's alright. So what we're going to do we found iron ore, so we want to go to the crafting table and we want to select a furnace. You have to have cobblestone in order to build a furnace. You also have to have coal in order to power the furnace. So I'm going to put this coal in there by pressing the triangle button. And then I'm going to put all of my iron ores in there. So one coal will cook you a number of ores, or a number of meats, or whatever you're trying to cook. So I can't remember if it's like 4, 5, 6 items to a coal or what, but let's see, gravel we'll put here. So now we're getting into the Iron Age. It's gonna be really cool. I was lucky to be spawned by an apple tree too, because that's not commonly the case that I'm walking by trees. Oh, it's dark out. It's not commonly the case in my games that I'm walking by apple trees and finding apples. I usually only go to trees when I need to get some wood for projects that I'm working on. So I'm usually eating sheep meat and cow meat as my entire sustenance. And so we're running out of that less now, and I'm actually banking a lot of this cow and sheep meat because of the apples that we're finding. It's good stuff all around. Okay, we'll get that last iron nugget, iron ingot to cook. And we'll take the whole stack with the triangle button. Now we can go in our crafting menu. And the very first thing we want to do is create an iron pickaxe, because of course we want those really unique ores that we'll find in the ground. Another thing you can make is shears. That costs 2 iron, and I'm not going to do that yet because I'm still okay with killing white sheep. But I am going to make 2 buckets though. The reason you want buckets is first of all, for your health. There are certain monsters in Minecraft, namely the witch, and she will cast like poison spells on you. So when that happens, you have to drink some cow's milk, because that will get rid of your poison effect. Now, in order to get cow's milk, you're going to have to find a cow. If you have killed all of them, you know, I'm not knocking you because you're getting more leather, and more leather allows you to build armor faster. But you kind of want to be able to get some iron, and is that a zombie? You want to be able to get some iron and fill a bucket with milk as soon as you possibly can in your gaming run. Let's see. Here's a cow, so I go up to it, and instead of hitting it with the right trigger like I would normally just to kill it, I hit it with the left trigger to fill my bucket. And then I switch to my sword, and then I kill it with the right trigger. Alright, so let's eat some apples. That zombie actually took a chunk out of me. Eventually, when you've killed enough cows, you'll be able to get a store of leather. When you have a stock of leather built up, you can create some body armors. They'll let you take less damage from each hit of a zombie, for instance. Some other enemies that are common to find are spiders. When you kill those, they give you string, which you can use with sticks to make a bow and arrow. Actually, you have to craft the arrows separately, though. Those require chicken feathers and flint and sticks. So, let's see, I'm going to organize my inventory yet again to accommodate these buckets. Get rid of some flesh. Gonna get those sugar cans up in there. Let's see, dirt. And I'm gonna put my pickaxe right there. Okay, so I only have 2 leather, so I must have been killing a couple of cows that haven't given me leather or something. I don't know what that's all about, but the only way to get the resources we need is to go down. Therefore, we'll be going back down into the depths to find some more iron. And when I do that, when I find more iron or some other mineral that we haven't even encountered yet, I'll be back on to show you what I found so that you see what it looks like and what you're going to need to harvest when you're mining in the future. So, I hope you enjoyed this part of the tutorial. Dads who are starting with nothing but a knowledge in your mind that Minecraft is the game of choice for your children. I hope you take these lessons to heart and you realize that you don't have to be a video game master right off the bat in the first place. Your kids will love you just for being able to do the regular basic things in the game. They should just love you for being their dad. I mean, that's the bottom line. I'm sure they do. Let's see. They're just more proud of you and less embarrassed in front of their friends when you know these things. So, I've gotten the ceiling to be more than 2 blocks above my bed, and I'm going to close in this little shelter now. And I still have a door, so I'm going to go ahead and add a door, and voila, I now have a mining camp. Not only that, I'm going to build another furnace, because it only makes sense if I'm going to be down in this mining camp and I'm going to have a lot of ores that I'm digging up and bringing back here to put in that chest and work with this table. I'm going to want a furnace that I can fill with coal, and I'm going to have to dig some coal. So we won't be able to cook without it. We won't cook our ores down. But this is Stiltzkin Kupo signing off for Cat and Fam Gamer TV. And in the next episode, I'll be showing the dads how to take their survival on the road with maps and some items that are made with some of the rarer ores. So hit that like button and subscribe. My daughter will appreciate it far more than I will. She wants to be the star, and I'm just trying to make sure dads don't look silly. Alright guys, see you next time.